Hello, my ghouls and Fiendish friends, and welcome back to another ASMR video. This video is a special one because it is the 10k subscribers Q&A. Of course, thank you so much for the support for the channel and for me, for the content that I've been making and building, gluing up here. I really appreciate it so much, and it felt like a ginormous milestone for me, so I decided that I kind of want to do something special for it. Q&A seemed perfect for that, so I did ask you for some questions on both my Instagram and YouTube community, so we're going to do those. I hope that this video is a comforting one, like a nice, comforting, rambly one. So ramble ASMR Q&A, and that you enjoy it. Again, thank you so freaking much. I get very, very happy for every single comment that you leave, for any nice feedback, and even though I'm sometimes harsh on myself, I do really enjoy all the niceness, so thank you, seriously, I really appreciate it. Even though we're now at 12k, I'm a bit late with the video, but you don't know that. Cool. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I do have the questions on my phone, so I'm gonna read them from my phone. First one is, what motivated you to make ASMR videos? Basically, my best friend started doing ASMR before me, and I discovered ASMR as ASMR, like the category, through her. So I fell into the rabbit hole, watched a ton of ASMR, mostly roleplay ASMR, because the reason I watch ASMR for is not for the tingly sensation, but for just the comfy feeling of having something in the background. And I also like to be entertained. Don't we all? But like I like entertaining ASMR, so roleplayish ASMR, odd ASMR, very dark and very dark and specific ASMR, so I kind of just enjoy watching it and try to do my own. I hated my first video, so that one's gone now, because I absolutely hate the fact that I tried to be normal. So it was not for me, not a good era, bad, but the rest is still up. Next question. Does music inspire any of your fashion? If so, what genres would you say they are? Obviously, this is like a very obvious answer, but as a goth, I listen to goth rock. So anything from that genre and era, so post-punk, goth rock. So I would say it does inspire my fashion, even though the subculture is like a mix of the point of view, fashion and music. But if you guys want some music that I enjoy as a recommendation, I really recommend and love Rosetta Stone, London After Midnight, the Sisters of Mercy. I like the Depeche Mode as well, Typo Negative, Cure, but not all albums, not all songs, because they do a mix and match of genres, I think. And I do have some other artists that are not goth rock that I enjoy. For example, I think hard rock, that Ghost is hard rock. I do enjoy Ghost. I like Florence and the Machine, which is kind of an out of the pocket pick, but I do like her music. It gives me that whimsical Highlands folk mud fairy feeling in spring that I really like, so I love her music. And yeah, I would say that's what inspires my overall look. It also kind of depends how I feel that day. Sometimes I want to look more dead than usual, sometimes more like a floral graveyard. I do not know how to describe these, for the love of God. So if you get it, you get it. If not, I'm very sorry. I do not have another way of describing it, but it gives me a feeling of happiness. Anyways, favorite way to waste money. I have a few things. I have been thinking about this question in the shower. So, blankets is the first thing. I love my blankets. I love always having a blanket with me. I love having a blanket anywhere where I sit, even if it's just to have one on my lap. And yes, in summer I sleep with a blanket because I can't be without the blanket. I have something to be physically on me, like cover me when I sleep. So blankets is definitely a first. I think I own like 5 blankets. Oh wait, no, 6. There's a new one. Oh. But blankets is a first thing. Something that's not for me, but I like wasting money on, is I go to the cemeteries and graveyards in my area, and I buy roses every time I go there, and I put them on graves that look lonely to me, like graves that don't have any florals or any arrangements. So I just buy flowers for those graves and place them on there because I think they're lonely. So that's what I like to do to waste money. I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, I would say those are my top 2 picks. Next question. What is your idea of a good fun weekend? Imagine this. Foggy outside. It's raining. You can hear the wind through the cracks of your window. You're warm and toasty inside. An occasional magpie flies by your window, or a raven. You're just sitting inside with your coffee or tea, a pack of hobnobs that you dunk, and you just watch a comforting film or show of your choice, being cozy and completely shutting down. Well, not shutting down, but turning your mind off. This is a very good day for me. You can tell that I'm introverted. Someone asked me vampire height. I assume that is about how tall I am. I am 166 centimeters tall, so 166 centimeters tall. So, average. Who's your favorite anime/fictional character? I do not watch anime really, but with fictional characters, I would say, this is also one of the questions I thought about in the shower, but with fictional characters, I would say Alan Venshaw from Mistborn Era 1 by Brandon Sanderson. I feel like I see a lot of my personal development through his personal development, and that's why I would say I like him as a character, because it's motivating for me, since I was kind of a pushover all the time, and I can see some of my patterns with his patterns. Not all, obviously, but yeah, I like his character development a lot. So I would say Alan. Furthermore, I would say Astarion from Baldur's Gate, because I can really understand him. I can understand his thought process the most. I'm baffled to find out that people struggled with him. For me, it was so easy. Because I understand that not my circus, not my monkeys. I do not trust these people because I fell out of a fell out of an alien ship, and now I'm supposed to trust everyone. I get that. Pop off, little angry vampire elf. So I really understand his thinking. I can sympathize a lot with the traumatic experiences that he has had. Did they give me a panic attack when I got to those parts? Obviously, absolutely. But I really like how it was brought forward in the game. Big props to Larian. Next character that I really like is Alucard from Castlevania. I like Castlevania, the first series. Nocturne was absolute rubbish. But yeah, I like Alucard's just personality and demeanor. And he's just a very nice person. I think he's just a very nice person, a very nice character. So yeah, I would say him, that guy. I have some other animated characters that I like. For example, Stolas from Hell of a Boss. I like Fizzaroli from Hell of a Boss a lot. And I would also toss in Millie. And when it comes to, let's say, Husband Hotel, I would say Angel Dust. Take whatever, you want to conclude with my picks or analyze me. Those are my picks, and I stand by those picks. I'm trying to think if there's another character maybe that isn't animated that I like, or isn't a book character. But I can't really find myself digging out some brain juices to think of one, so I'm just going to go with those picks. Alrighty, next question. I know your favorite Pokemon are Umbreon and Houndoom. What's the history behind that? This is very short and very clear. Houndoom is a dog with an exoskeleton. Reminds me of Cerberus. Love it. Umbreon, I think it's cute, and yeah, I think it's just cute, a cute Pokemon. It just has a vibe. Who or what inspires your style the most? I would say medieval vampire wear, medieval armory, vampire media in general. So think of Interview with a Vampire, the layering that you can see in What We Do in the Shadows, Van Helsing, and I would say perhaps Misa Amane. Her style inspired me as a teenager a lot, and I still love it. I still love it so much, so I would chunk her in the mix. Other than that, it's just like bits and bobs I see somewhere, or anything in a combination of velvet, lace, and fabrics like that in my brain make sense. I like layering stuff a lot, but I also sometimes like to just look like a goblin. Most of the time, I look like a goblin. Goblin couture. Next question. What film characters are characters from literature would you like to do an ASMR video on? My absolute favorite film of all time is Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. So I've been thinking about the Sweeney Todd themed video that I would love to do, and I'm gonna do it. So Sweeney Todd, Corpse Bride. I actually bought the face paint, and I have the face paint, but I haven't had the time to do it. So I would love to do Corpse Bride. I really like Burton's films, so anything Burton really. And I would love to do a Witcher themed cosplay video, perhaps Yennefer, and I would love to do a Shadowheart one. Next question. Would you rather be able to understand animals or understand every language? I debated on this for quite a bit because I thought, which one would give me the most benefit, which would be more beneficial, and I concluded, with people, I know enough languages that I can communicate very well, and with people you can always find English as a common ground, So that's why I would pick animals. Because I would know how to ask them, hey, I would be able to ask them, hey, are you okay? Are you in pain? Are you uncomfortable here? And if my dog, well, I don't have a dog yet, but I would really like to have a good dog. And if I could ask the doggy, hey, you seem upset, what's wrong? And the dog tells me I have a tummy ache. I understand what's going on. Or, hey, is this too crowded for you? I would really be able to understand. And I would be able to talk to crows and be like, hey, I offer you these snackies. Bring me some money. And then I have a horde of crows pickpocketing every person in the close vicinities. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Next one. Do you like cats? Yes. I feel like that sounds very weird to say I owned, but I had a cat up till recently. She left us, sadly, but she was extremely cute, and she was a mix of a ragdoll and a just common cat, and she was the baby of my prior cats. He left a while ago and he was a ragdoll, so I actually grew up with cats, a lot of cats. We would always find stray cats and feed them, and they would have kittens, so we would have 7 kittens. So I kind of grew up with cats, but I love dogs as well. Obviously my favorite animals are bats. I also like hedgehogs a lot, and ravens and crows, so that's my animal base. Sounds like a trail base or something. I'm so sorry. Let me get to the next questions. Okay, next one is, what is a game you're looking out for this year, and also what's your favorite game of 2023-2024? A game that I'm looking out for is Hades 2. I am a big Hades fan. If you can't tell by the merch, I own even this is merch. So I really like Sonic deities, and I loved the first game. It's one of my comfort games. So I really can't wait for the Hades 2. And a game that made me really happy in 2023 is Baldur's Gate 3. If you've been in the streams, you get to hear me raving about the game every single day. I played it so much, I still play it. So it was my top game of the year, definitely. It is still not my favorite game of all time, because Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is my favorite game of all time, but it's a very close second. Like, the difference is literally a hair. But Baldur's Gate 3 really made my 2023 fantastic. I just love the game so much. The only difference between Witcher and Baldur's Gate, where I do differentiate, is the I would say quests, like the side quests in The Witcher are better. I would say they're more I would say they have more substance. That's the only reason. So, but definitely BG3. Okay, let's see. Which one are we going to do next? Why do you like vampires? They're cool, that's why. But in all honesty, I kind of grew up knowing about vampire lore, folklore, and all of that stuff, so I just don't know. Even as a kid, I watched a cartoon with a little chubby vampire, like a small mini vampire doing little mini vampire things, and I thought it was absolutely charming. And it just fueled my interest for vampires, for vampire myths, to cultures and history, how it came to be, the characteristics, the differences. It goes hand in hand with the Gothic literature that I always really liked, and I just like the developments of the, I would say, folklore and myths, and in general lore. I think it's cool. I think it's very interesting. It's just my special little interest. So yeah, it's been with me since my childhood. So yeah. And I will do perhaps one more. I'm trying to see which one. I want to end it with, I don't know, something cool. Okay, let's go with this one. What's at the top of your bucket list? I don't actually have a bucket list, but some things that I would like to do before I, is I would like to get a few more tattoos. That's a definite. I would like to get at least 3 more, and I would like to get a doggy to move. I mean, that's happening. So let me think. Maybe I have some more things. I would like to buy a ghost from the ghost merchants in York. It's a very specific one, but I have to get one. I need one. They're all unique, and I like my little trinkets. I like my little unique trinkets. So that's something I would really like to do. And apart from that, I don't really have certain goals and stuff. I didn't expect to be here. Let me be honest, I didn't expect to be here this long. But I'm glad that I am. So I would say those are on my bucket list. Yeah. I will not hold you verbally hostage no further in this video. But yeah, those were the questions that were for the little special Q&A. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that the rambling was comfy and interesting, and that you got a better grasp of my personality, and that it's not repulsive. But yeah, thank you so much for all the support, the love you've been giving me on this channel and all of my other media and stuffs. I really appreciate it. I did not expect to get to 10k at the beginning of the year. It was my goal for the whole year. Let's be clear, it was the goal for my whole year to get to 10k, and now we're at 12, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, I am a parrot, and that I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay spooky.